Hello and welcome to the 6th March edition of Joy News Prime with me, Carlos Kaloni. We are coming to you live from our studios here at Kokomeme in Accra. We are live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. Coming up, President John Dramani Mahama reiterates his administration's commitment to ensuring fiscal discipline as he cut down the cost of Ghana's 68th Independence Day celebration by 95%, insisting fiscal prudence is necessary to navigate the country's economic crisis.
It is unconscionable to spend that kind of money on a few hours of celebration. Today's event would save us 95% of the estimated cost of the event.
More as we bring you highlights of how Ghanaians celebrated the 68th Independence Day across the country. Also, a glimmer of hope for victims of coastal erosion in Ketu South as President Mahama assures residents of Amutino, Salakope and Agaveji of his administration's unwavering commitment to deliver a lasting solution to the crisis.
The finance minister next week is going to present the budget. So I'm going to ask the finance minister to include funding to start phase 2 of the Blekuso Sea Defense Project.
We have more on that story. Plus, Achim Ebuakwa Traditional Council to petition Parliament tomorrow, March 7, 2025, over an alleged derogatory comment made by a member on the floor of Parliament against the memory of J.B. Dankwa.
Somebody has literally insulted our dear beloved Dr. J.B. Dankwa upon all he had done for this nation. He doesn't deserve that. So we are here to pour libation on the tomb and send our petition to the Speaker by tomorrow.
And in business, President John Mahama highlighted the need to support key government initiatives like the Big Push agenda to boost agricultural production.
Agriculture remains our biggest opportunity to reduce import dependence, with over $2 billion spent annually on food imports.
Well, these and many other stories coming up here in the next 1 hour. Please stay with us. Let's begin from the capital here in Accra, because President John Dramani Mahama has reaffirmed his government's commitment to ensuring fiscal discipline by reducing the cost of Ghana's 68th independence celebration by 95%, an event which would have cost 20 million cedis under the usual arrangement was significantly scaled down. Now, to cut costs, government relocated the commemoration to the Jubilee House, where a modest ceremony with a few performances was held. Addressing special guest, President Mahama highlighted the impact of poor financial decisions on Ghana's development, stressing that fiscal prudence is crucial in navigating the country's economic challenges. Presidential correspondent Maxwell Agbagba filed the following report.
The president is being escorted by the police-mounted squadron.
President Mahama arrived here at the Jubilee House accompanied by the mounted squadron of the Ghana Police Service. Amongst the special invited dignitaries here at this event were former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We also had former President John Agyekum Kufuor present. We also had the former Tanzanian president also present here as a special guest of honor. In his speech, President Mahama stated that the total estimate for this year's celebration at the Independence Square would have been 20 million Ghana cedis. He said hosting the event here at the Jubilee House has helped government to save 95% of the cost.
This year, we received estimates of at least 20 million Ghana cedis for holding the event at the Independence Square on the same scale as the previous years. In a year when we are calling on all to sacrifice, including workers who have graciously accepted a base pay adjustment far below the rate of inflation, It is unconscionable to spend that kind of money on a few hours of celebration. Today's event would save us 95% of the estimated cost of the event.
President John Mahama also made a passionate appeal to the people of Bawku and other conflict-afflicted areas to give peace a chance.
The people of Bawku and other areas, it is time for lasting peace to prevail. Our children deserve to inherit a peaceful land where their dreams are nurtured, not where their nightmares are relived. Let us give renewal of friendship a chance. Let us give peace a chance.
Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa lauded the government for the decision to bring the 68th independence celebration here to the Jubilee House.
Beautiful celebrations. I like the fact that the president really has saved the taxpayer. And it tells you that we can still achieve results, still celebrate the history, the heritage of our country in a very prudent and cost-effective manner.
Let's take you on a tour of the country to gauge how the 68th Independence Day has been observed by Ghanaians across the country. Now, starting in the Upper West region, the Wa Municipal Assembly's Coordinating Director, Adam Moro, highlighted a major challenge of choked gutters in the municipality, which continues to drain a significant portion of internally generated funds. He assured residents of the Assembly's commitment to keeping Wa Municipality clean. Moro made his pledge during the Assembly's Independence Day cleanup exercise. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam report from Wa.
The Wa Municipal Assembly penciled some major electoral areas for a March 6 Independence Day cleanup exercise. The areas included Dondoli, Mango, Kambale, and Jengbairi. Officials of the Wa Municipal Assembly, personnel from some security agencies, particularly the Ghana Armed Forces, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Prison Service, and the Ghana National Fire Service, were joined by Waste Management Company, Zoom Lion, some residents, and pupils from some basic schools in the municipality. Municipal Coordinating Director of the Wa Municipal Assembly, Adam Moro, emphasized the importance of the cleanup exercise.
We are very concerned. You can see that the environment is very filthy. It is one of the areas that we spend a lot of our IGF on. So that is why we have taken it to commemorate the 68th Independence Day.
There was, however, low turnout at Jemberi, located at the entrance of the War Market, which the assembly member of the area, Abubakar Isa, blamed on the Ramadan, pledging to galvanize the support of the people in the evening for the exercise.
So what the assembly and this organization that have come together, what they are doing this morning, I'm assuring you that in the evening, the people of this electoral area, the community members also come out and do something massively and add up to what they have done already.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Now, the Northern Regional Minister, Adolf John Ali, has urged greater unity to drive development and improve lives in the region. While acknowledging past progress, he emphasized the need for more efforts to create jobs, enhance education, and boost economic well-being. He made these remarks at the 68th Independence Day celebration in Tamale.
The about 2-hour program was packed with poetry recitals, messages to the president, drama, among other activities. Speaking at the event, the Northern Regional Minister, Adolf John Ali, called for a united region to help address the challenges facing the area.
We must recognize that the political landscape of the country still faces challenges. We have made significant progress in consolidating our democracy, but political polarization and division continue to affect the unity of the nation. It is essential that we come together as a people to foster unity and cooperation, transcending party lines from the greater good.
Tamale Metro Director of Education, Nelson Conlan, urged that children be given relevant skills which can help shape the future of the nation.
We have decided to go indigenous by showcasing our rich cultural heritage, depicting our roots as to help young learners grow with lifelong learning skills and knowledge.
Some residents have been talking about the celebration.
Cutting down the celebration in these hard times is an indication that the president appreciates the difficulties that we are going through as Ghanaians.
Now to the Bono East region, where the regional minister Francis Owusu Entry is admonishing the people of the area to unite and reflect as the government works towards resetting the country to help bring the needed development to the region. He was speaking at the Regional Independence Day Parade held at the Ohene Ameya Park in Techiman. Anas Sabit has more.
68 years ago, Ghana laid the torch of African independence. Today, that flame burns brightly in the heart of the Bono East regional capital, where thousands gather to celebrate resilience, unity, and the legacy of a nation's founder, Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah. From scenes of beautiful traditional dances to the confident strides of Ghana's youth, today's parade, though short, is a tapestry of culture and aspiration. Bono East Regional Minister Francis Owusu Antwi admonishes the people of the area to be united as the nation reflects on its 68 years journey.
As we review our journey so far, we must recognize both the success and the setbacks that have shaped our collective experience.
Amidst the festivities, a quiet tribute unfolds. Meet Hanif Adam, popularly known as Sunshine, a native of the Chiman whose hands are bringing Ghana's history to life.
Kwame Nkrumah na Ghana CEO. Ghana is first president in Ghana. And see, and share me dey say, and special day there, some to be BB. Eboa celebrating your
Anas Sabit, Joy News, Techiman.
Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Mokohene, is cautioning sanitation offenders in the region against indiscriminate littering. The once beautiful garden city of Kumasi is now engulfed with heaps of filth in major drains, market centers, and other residential areas, serving as breeding grounds for various contagious diseases. There's more in the following report.
March 6, 1957 marks a focal moment in Ghana's history and the wider narrative of African freedom. As the first nation in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence from colonial rule, Ghana ignited a wave of hope and determination that swiftly spread across the continent. As the country commemorates 68 years of sovereignty, citizens pay tribute to the courageous leaders and visionaries who fought tirelessly for freedom and self-governance.
Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever.
This anniversary serves as a stark reminder of the resilience of the Ghanaian people and their steadfast dedication to building a democratic society. Over the decades, Ghana has established itself through its rich cultural heritage, economic growth, and an active role in regional and global affairs. Some Ghanaians shared their perspectives on the journey towards independence and development thus far.
Independence, South Africa for almost half of Fonasi, do it almost a 5 years, but almost
since they want Ghana and independence now up to date, never go on my society to need the because never go on my society.
As Ghanaians come together to celebrate, it is crucial to reflect on the nation's complexities, recognizing both achievements and challenges. Dr. Samuel Edujemfi is a political historian with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
I mean, before the First World War, the interwar period, the League of Nations, and up to 1945, after the Second World War, the formation of the UN and all that, the region called Gold Coast had strong African scholars. It had also had several youth movements, if you like, right, which was pushing for such independence.
From ancient empires to modern democracy, Ghana's journey is a testament to the strength and determination of its citizens in the striving for a brighter future. From Kumasi, Godson de Graft appears report for Joy News.
Now, away from that, let's now head to the Volta region because there is a glimmer of hope for victims of coastal erosion in Agaveji, Amutino and Salakope in the Ketu South municipality. These hopes emanate from President Mahama's visit to the three communities this afternoon, soon after the 68th Independence Day celebration here in Accra. Now, accompanied by engineers, Volta Regional Minister and some institutional heads, President Mahama expressed sympathy for the victims and reassured them of his administration's commitment to finding a lasting solution to the challenge. His visit comes as displaced residents facing severe destruction plead for urgent intervention.
They came and they have made the assessment and they're giving us a comprehensive report of what is happening here. 51 households have been affected and 300 people have been displaced, and 80 meters of the coastline has been washed away. Now, when Chief was speaking, he touched on what the issue is. We started a sea defense project called Blekusu Phase 1. The feasibility study was also done for Blekusu Phase 2, and the understanding was that when the contractor finishes Phase 1, he will continue with Phase 2. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So the project ended at Phase 1. Government did not provide funding to continue Phase 2. Phase 2 would have covered Agaveji, Salakope, Adina, and Amotino. And so that basically is the problem. The feasibility study is ready, the design is ready. We just have to allocate the funding so that the project will start. Happily, the finance minister next week is going to present the budget. So I'm going to ask the finance minister to include funding to start Phase 2 of the Blekusu Sea Defense project. Before we came here, we went to the resettlement project that I believe or I've heard is being financed by Ghana Gas. I don't think the project was well thought through. The work is shoddy, and even the area where the resettlement is being built is a flood area. And so if it floods, it will affect those buildings too. And so those buildings are not fit for purpose. There are two things we need to do. Start the building of the Phase 2 of the defense wall, but at the same time, resettle those whose houses have been affected. In the meantime, to alleviate the plight of those who have been affected, we brought some items to be distributed to those who have been displaced. The items are from three sources. One, our brother, Governor Sakoja, who is our Minister of Roads and Transport, has donated 250 bags of rice. For those of you who know, our mother comes from Denu, and so we're also part of you. And so my younger brother, who is the MD for Engineers and Planners, has also given 100,000 cedis.
Well, it's a good time to connect on Zoom with the Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Authority, the person of Professor Nana Ama Brown-Cloche, who was part of the entourage that visited the community this afternoon. Prof, you were among the first to actually visit the community when this disaster started, where you called for an immediate and sustainable solution to the environmental crisis. With the president now having visited, do you feel reassured about the crisis being resolved?
Very much. So 2 weeks ago, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, the EPA visited the Abayagi and the areas, Amotiano, Salakope area, and assessed the level of degradation by the tidal waves and the sea level rise, the coastal erosion in total, and to establish the fast rate of the soil that is being eroded by the community losing their land and all of that. So immediately we put up a report and a message to the presidency. And the EPA has, in fact, we promised the community that we're going to coordinate for a solution, a sustainable solution to the coastal erosion in the community.
Right.
I'm happy that today, after several consultations and engagements, we have had the president to visit himself, the place, and establish the severity of the situation. In his speech at Abayadi, he promised that he will let the finance minister, including the budget, allocate some funds for immediate solution, immediate intervention for the Abayadi, Motiano, and Salafofe area for their sea defense to be done. So I'm happy that, this is again fulfilling, as you said. As we assess the situation, we reported and we are getting solutions to the community.
Right. So you've also been calling on development partners to, support this fight. And the last time we engaged, you said you were trying to have some sort of meetings with them. Any good news from those angles yet?
Yeah. So let me put it here that from our consultations, we got to realize that the World Bank has a fund for coastal development and protection, and it's under the Worker Project. So we did a few more consultations on that and understood that it's a little bit more complex than it actually appears.
Right.
The government has a lot to do to be able to access the funds. And it may take a bit of a time to access the funds. So government must immediately find some other source of funds allocated to this project. Our call is still out there, calling on developmental agencies to support this cause, because we are talking about the people, the vulnerability of the people in the area. And this is largely because of the sea level rise caused by climate change. And so we have the Global Climate Fund as well, that is to help solve climate change related challenges. We hope that the UN, CF, GCF can also come to the aid of the people of Abayadi and the Salafofe and Amotiano area as well. We are yet to assess such opportunities. So far, it's the World Bank that's close to getting the support from them.
We are grateful for your time. Professor Nanama Brown-Cloche is the Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Authority. Now from the Volta region, let's take you to the Eastern region, because the Achim Ebuakwa Traditional Council is set to storm Parliament tomorrow, March 7, to present a formal petition to the Speaker of the House, Alban Bagbin, demanding retraction and apology for what they describe as unsavory comments made on the floor by a member against their revered son and icon, Dr. J.B. Dankwa. Apampamhene Osaberima Apeja Ofori IV, who led members of J.B. Dankwa's family and the Traditional Council to pour libation at his home in Chebi, condemned the alleged statement that sought to suggest he was a traitor. He revealed that they are poised to storm Parliament tomorrow over the matter. There's more in the following report. Wailing and anger filled the air at the graveside of Dr. J.B. Dankwa, a revered member of the Big Cs, as family members gathered at the Presbyterian Cemetery in Chebi to invoke his spirits. Their anguish stemmed from what they described as an unsavory and derogatory remark made by a member of parliament against his memory during a commemorative statement in Parliament by the current MP for Ketu South constituency, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang. Convener for the Coalition for Youth Development in Ochimang, Ekumene Yeboah, demanded that the MP who allegedly made the comment retract his statement and issue an apology.
On the 4th of February, in the Parliament House, the Venerable Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, who happens to be our Member of Parliament, tried to follow his predecessor, the Honorable Samuel Atachan, by giving a commemorative statement in Parliament, and he's doing eulogizing J.B. Dankwa in Parliament. And when he was done with that statement, members needed to contribute to the statement that he's made in Parliament, as is a parliamentary practice. So when it was the turn of the Mali Central MP, he decided to not to eulogize the man, but he could have kept quiet, but he decided to rain insults, plain insults, on the man, Dr. J.B. Dankwa. He said Dr. J.B. Dankwa is a traitor and a member of the CIA. That comment was very derogatory, and we, the youth in Ochimang, and even the country at large, feel displeased about the comment that he made. And so what we are seeking from the Speaker of Parliament is for him to tell the Honourable to retract the unsavory and derogatory comment that he made about Dr. J.B. Dankwa.
Osaberiman Okujiaman Apeja Ofori IV, Papamhinin led the family and traditional council in pouring libation at J.B. Dankwa's grave. He revealed they will storm Parliament tomorrow, March 7th, to petition the Speaker, demanding the member retract the statement and apologize.
We are all here to show our concern to the Speaker of Parliament that somebody has brutally insulted our dear beloved Dr. J.B. Dankwa upon all he had done for this nation. He doesn't deserve that. So we are here to pour libation on the tomb and send our petition to the Speaker by tomorrow for the person to withdraw what he said. That's all.
As the youth and traditional council prepare to storm Parliament over the matter, they trust in the leadership of the House to heed their demand. For Joy News, Carlos Kaloni, Chebi. You're still watching Joy News Prime with me, Carlos Kaloni. We'll take a short break. We'll return with more. Please stay. Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us here on Joy News Prime. Now to some other story. Deputy Executive Director of SICAUD, Daniel Banuku, has urged the government to prioritize agriculture for Ghana's economic growth. Speaking at Beverly Hills Academy Heritage Month in WA, he stressed the need to reset Ghana by focusing on agriculture and local production. He told Joy News that a sustainable economy should benefit local farmers and producers. Reporting from WA is Joy News' Rafiq Salam.
As part of their preparation for their Heritage Week celebration at Beverly Hills Academy in WA, pupils of the school visited the WA market to buy ingredients for the preparation of several indigenous food. Today, the school decided to celebrate their Heritage Week by cooking local dishes to mark Ghana Month. The pupils were grouped into 6, representing the 16 regions of Ghana. In an interview with Joy News, Deputy Executive Director of Center for Indigenous and Organizational Development, SICAUD, Daniel Banuku, whose organization is championing the eating of local dishes, noted that Africa has lost a lot, hence the need to go back to eating of local meals.
We needed to push a reset button, to go back to the basics, to begin to promote the consumption of local foods that can then increase the production of local foods.
The proprietor of Beverly Hills Academy acknowledged the people for the effort put into the event.
From now, as Beverly Hills is concerned, we are taking ourselves from all other things that is not helpful to us, but rather taking our local foods that will benefit and help us to grow and grow well.
News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Now, the Institute for African Women in Law, IAWL, is taking a bold step towards addressing gender inequality with the adoption of a gender equality in law model policy. The policy seems to address critical issues such as sexual harassment, equal hiring and promotion, equal pay for equal work, and combating gender biases within the legal profession. This came to light during a special ceremony at the University of Ghana, held in honor of former Supreme Court Judge Professor Ketu South. There's more in the following report.
The event, dedicated to the adoption of the Institute for African Women in Law's Gender Equality in Law Model Policy, brought together leading female figures in law, academia and politics in Ghana. Among them was Professor Ketu South, a former Supreme Court judge and retired judge of the International Criminal Court (ICC), who was honored with the prestigious IAWL Legacy Award. Professor Ketu South was celebrated for her outstanding career, unwavering dedication to human rights and contributions to strengthen the rule of law. In her remarks, Her Ladyship Gertrude Tokonu, Chief Justice of Ghana, commended Professor Ketu South's remarkable achievements and underscored the lasting impact of her work on the legal profession.
Professor Ketu South is about one of the most remarkable personalities any community can be blessed to have. Consequently, I was not accustomed to witnessing a woman prepare herself in the morning and leave for work in the formal sector. Observing Professor Ketu South navigate this process with such elegance and apparent ease significantly influenced my outlook. And Professor Ketu South has demonstrated that every individual, regardless of gender, can attain your dreams and aspirations, and that any undertaking can be raised to the stars with the utmost diligence.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Apia Anfo, urged students and faculty to draw inspiration from Professor Ketu South's achievements and legacy, encouraging them to learn from her contributions and strive for excellence.
Some of us are where we are today because we looked up to her. We looked up to bold and audacious women like Professor Ketu South. We believe that creating a truly inclusive and thriving academic space requires providing equal opportunities and dismantling barriers that hinder the progress of any individual based on their gender. And institutionally, we must remain vigilant against unconscious biases that may exist within our systems and structures.
The public adoption of this policy reaffirms the University of Ghana School of Law's unwavering commitment to championing human rights, equality and justice, setting a powerful precedent for legal education and advocacy. Jennifer August's report, read to you.
Now, the Mental Health Authority says it is concerned about the patient-to-psychiatrist ratio in the country. Currently, there are about 80 psychiatrists in the country who are expected to cater for about 30 million Ghanaians, a situation the authority says is woefully inadequate. The authority is calling for help to train more psychiatrists in the country. Stephen Mensah has more in the following report.
To the World Health Organization, mental health issues affect about 1 in 8 people worldwide, with depression projected to be the leading cause of disability by 2030. Statistics reveal that about 1 in 5 Ghanaians will experience a mental health condition in their lifetime, with an estimated 2.2 million people currently living with mental disabilities. Despite this, there are only about 80 psychiatrists to serve the approximately 30 million population, highlighting a significant gap in mental health care access and resources. This alarming statistic highlights a mental health care system that many experts say is woefully inadequate. The Mental Health Authority says it is deeply concerned about the patient-to-psychiatrist ratio in Ghana. Abigail Hayden, member of the communications team of the Mental Health Authority, emphasized the urgency of the situation.
As at now, we have about 80 plus psychiatrists, but that number needs to grow as the population is growing, and also the number of people with mental health conditions keeps rising. So we need more health professionals within the field, not just psychiatrists, but other mental health professionals to be able to deal with these ever-rising number of people with mental health conditions.
The situation for individuals living with mental health disabilities is dire, as many remain without proper housing and care. The Mental Health Authority revealed that they are struggling.
There's been a spike in the number of people with mental health conditions and the number of people we see in our communities around who have mental health conditions. And definitely the authority has noted that there's a spike, and there is some program going on to try and get people off the streets and to treat them. But this requires funding. It requires money to be able to take people off the streets, to house them, to feed them, and to treat them. Because we can't just pick them off the streets and then keep them. We need to be able to treat them and their conditions. So we always like to entreat or encourage individuals, companies, our partners, NGOs to support us, to support the authority to be able to manage people with mental health conditions.
As we confront this crisis, the question remains, will we rise to the challenge and ensure that those living with mental disabilities receive the care they deserve? For Joy News, Stephen Mensah.
Well, what do you see behind me? That fufu. Well, thousands of Ghanaians gathered here at this year's Adom FM Fufu Party at a multimedia group to celebrate Ghana's rich cuisine, fufu, and connect with others. The annual Adom FM Fufu Party highlights the nation's culinary heritage, promoting the consumption of locally grown food and keeping to our culture, especially in this month of heritage. Now, this year's event featured a diverse array of traditional dishes, from flavorful soups to fufu, with attendees enjoying vibrant live band performances. There's more in this brief report.
Much anticipated Adom Fufu Party is underway at Kokomlemle Joy FM Park. As you can see, a lot of people are here enjoying themselves with music and food as well.
Over the years, I've been watching this program on TV, but I never knew that it was true. Personally, I love fufu. I love Ghana fufu. So as you can see,
I can see different soup.
Oh, we have rare soup, we have Ghana soup, nebunu, we have light soup, we have tilapia soup. Yeah, we have a lot. We are still not done with it. We have more to give out.
The Adom Fufu Party continues till 5 p.m. So if you are home, you can still come. You are not late. This is the Adom Fufu Party. Reporting for Joy News, Jennifer August, Accra.
Well, if you could not show up here at Joy News, then you probably have missed a lot. Well, you're still watching Joy News Prime. We'll take a short break. We'll return with Prime Business. Stay tuned.